Hey everyone, welcome back to Catching Up with the Walkers. Thank you so much for stopping by on this fine Tuesday morning and spending some time with Cassie and myself.
Good morning.
So hope you guys are getting your week off to a good start. I know I wasn't ready for the week to start, but I've got one day down and let's go on to the next one. And we're just super busy finishing up a lot of projects here on the farm. Freezer camp is being tested as we speak. And the kids are staying busy with their activities. And Ransom has talked his grandpa into something recently. You want to tell him what he's been asking for the past, 3 months?
Well, Ranger, as most of you guys know, has a little bit of a knife collection. I collected knives as a kid. My dad really is into pocket knives and always had a pocket knife, and he didn't have a massive collection, but he always had a pocket knife in his pocket. And so as a kid, I had a knife collection of like cheapo depot knives.
So what was your first knife, and about what age did you get it?
Oh, I can't even remember, but maybe like Ransom's age. But at Ransom's age, I was also shooting guns and things on my own. So
like BBs, 22s,
yeah.
5.
Yeah. I just always loved knives. And so Ranger has kind of picked up on that. I gave him a lot of my old knives that I had, and he has started liking knives. Well, Ransom, Bubba's got pocket knives. I need pocket knives. And I told him, I'm not getting you a pocket knife. So he talked his grandpa into giving him a pocket knife, and he asked if it was okay. I said, that's fine. But he's got one rule. He cannot open it. Actually, let me back up.
Okay.
Papa told him he's bringing a knife. And so a few days go by, and Ransom's like, I really need to call Papa. It's been several days and he hasn't brought me my knife. So he calls him and he said, okay, I'll be over there in a little bit. Well, he brings him this one.
So this is it. This is what Ransom just automatically was head over heels with when it showed up.
So Dad just had this little cheap pocket knife, I would assume. I don't have a name or anything on it that I can see. And so he brought it for Ransom. So Dad said, is it okay if I give it to him? I said, yes. He's got one rule. He cannot open this pocket knife himself. Gary or I have to, like, if he wants to get it out and look at it, we have to help him. Someone has to help him. And then we put it back up. And he wasn't to carry it all over the place. It was just a start of his collection. We put this up. You have a knife. So he had it in his pocket because Papa gave it to him outside. And by the time we got in, I'm not sure what happened. So a day or two goes by, and I'm like, I'm getting Ransom ready for the bath. And I said, where's your pocket knife? I really don't think I'm old enough to have a pocket knife, Mama. I said, okay, but you do have a pocket knife, and I haven't seen it. Where is it? I'd really rather not talk about it. And I said, now. And he said, it's somewhere in my room. I said, well, so we went in there. I said, where at? He said, I really don't think I'm old enough to have a pocket knife, Mama. I said, okay, but I need to find where this is so we can, put it up.
It's MIA at this point. We can't. We don't know where it's at. We can't find it anywhere.
He points out his closet. It's in the back. And so I go in there, and in the back corner, it's laying like this. So he had opened it, and then it locks, and he couldn't figure out how to close it. And so he chunked it to the back of his closet, freaked out.
And never told us about it.
So we had a lesson about you do what your parents say. We told you not to open it. We would have helped you open it and you could have looked at it, but we told you not to because my fear was he gets it open a little bit and then sticks his finger in there. And my dad always has sharp pocket knives. He sharpens his pocket knives all the time. So I told him, second lesson to this is if you disobey and something bad happens and you get scared, you don't just freak out. You should have put it down. Mommy, Daddy, I need help. Something's wrong. We could have come in, closed it, put it up, and we could have talked about it. But chunking it to the back of your closet is not the answer. But the funniest thing was when I said, Ransom, where's your pocket knife? I don't think I'm old enough to have a pocket knife moment.
After he already got one, he doesn't think he's old enough
So
to have one.
he told Daddy what he did, and he said, Daddy, I don't think I'm old enough. And Gary said, I agree. So we've had this up on a shelf, not in his bedroom, and we've told him it'll be a little bit longer till he gets it back.
I think we're going to hit the reset button at about 6 years old.
Yeah.
And so at 6 years old, we'll get to return the said pocket knife and tell him the same instruction again. Do not open it, and give him another opportunity to regain our trust and basically be a big boy again.
Yeah. So, but it was just a funny story in that his automatic thing was, I don't think I'm old enough to have a pocket knife moment, and I'd rather not talk about it. And then him realizing, oh, okay, now I know why you didn't want me to have one. I made a bad choice in less than 24 hours of having a pocket knife. And it really scared him. So I think he learned. And I got to talk to him about if you do something wrong or bad, you don't just hide it. You tell an adult so an adult can help you.
So hopefully that's the end of the pocket knife drama with Ransom. But I have a feeling there's probably going to be another mistake. I know I was probably about Ransom's age. When I was a little kid, the big thing was a Swiss Army knife. So everybody wanted a Swiss Army knife. And I remember I got my first one, little red, had the toothpick in there. So, you know, if you got something in your teeth, you can clean your teeth out and then put it right back in the knife. I don't know how gross that is. It's like a little storage container for germs that you just dug out of your teeth. Had the little spiral. Is that for opening a bottle of wine?
Yeah, the corkscrew thing.
Yeah, the corkscrew thing. I don't know why they think kids need that, but it, you know, you can screw it.
Are these tailored towards kids?
It's a Swiss Army knife. I mean,
I think it's for anybody.
It's for kids in the Swiss Army. Any of the Swedes out there, if you're in the army, maybe you have one. But it also had, I remember, little scissors, the little cool little scissors, and it had a Phillips screwdriver and a flathead screwdriver. And 3 knife blades, I'm pretty sure. I need to probably get another one of those just for myself because I don't have enough pocket knives. But
Can you ever have too many pocket knives?
Let us know. Did you guys have a Swiss Army knife? Was that your favorite? Did you have another favorite?
How old were you when you got your first
Yeah,
knife?
did we make a big mistake by letting Ransom have his first one? I think we're to the point as far as parenting goes where you give them a little bit of rope. And not so much rope, they're going to hang themselves, but you give them a little bit of rope and see
so they are like, ooh, my mommy and daddy do know what they're talking about.
Yeah, give them a little responsibility and see what they do with it. Every kid matures differently. Every kid matures at a different age. But hopefully, Ransom learned his lesson. He's the one that said he doesn't think he's old enough, so he knows that he probably needs to wait a little bit longer. We've got some cool knives, so this little Parrot pocket knife came from Olight. It's called their O Knife. I've been using it to cut hay with. I don't know if you saw it over on Walker Farm Fam, but I've probably had it now about 60 days, 2 months, 3 months.
A couple months.
And I can say it has held up great. I think I've got a little bit of hay down in there. I need to clean it out. But other than that, it's doing great. So if you guys saw that over on Walker Farm Fam and were wondering if we actually use the stuff that we get sometimes, we do. And I just wanted to let you know how it was working out.
Yeah.
So as far as catching up with the walkers, if you've seen any of our most recent videos, you know that we were A, prepping for the snow, and B, it snowed. So they actually got it right. Cassie has been wanting snow for so long. Was it everything you dreamed it would be?
Yes, but
Uh-oh.
as I get older maybe, or maybe it's just different, like usually we get snow and it's just like around 32 degrees or something. You go out and have fun and not a big deal. But it's been snow with like single digits and that's not fun.
It was cold the first day, two days.
I love
really
snow.
cold.
I love looking at it. I love playing in it. But when it's super cold, it's not fun to play in. So the first day we didn't let the kids really go out and play. We let them just for a little bit. But the second day it warmed up and wasn't as windy. The wind too is what I think what kills you out there. And when I was younger and didn't have animals to take care of or children, I loved the snow. But now that I have more responsibilities, I'm rethinking how much I love the snow.
Yeah, the snow hits a little different. And this is why I've said that the last few years is the bust in the ice twice a day for the animals. The first day or two, it's no big deal. On like day 6, it gets old. Like having to worry about, all right, did they get enough water today? Did they have enough opportunities to drink?
But I love the snow when I'm skiing in Colorado, but I'm not taking care of animals.
So you either need to sell your animals or move to a climate where there's no snow.
Don't know.
I'm guessing we're not selling any animals, so we'll just have to put up with it. But we did have a lot of fun skiing. We had a lot of fun sledding in the snow. You guys got to see that, and if
Ranger took them on a sled ride.
Yeah, if you watched on Walker Farm Fam at the very end of our last video, you got to see Ranger take you guys on a sled ride behind the 4-wheeler. I think Cassie was pulling at that point out in the pasture, and that's just the way we sled. I know a lot of you guys said you've never seen that or done that before. You always had to climb up a hill and then go down the hill and then climb back up the hill and go down the hill. Since we don't really have any big hills here on the farm, it's not really an option. The only way to move around on the ice is behind something moving. So since Lulu wasn't in the mood for pulling a sled, we had to use the 4-wheeler. No, it works out really well though. I have fun, I'll have to admit. I have a lot of fun pulling the kids, especially when I can get one of them off, like Ranger. He's a tough one though. He really holds on.
He was tough out there when I had him out in the pasture. Sledding down a hill is fun, but I really enjoy behind something pulling. We always did that growing up because we didn't have a ton of hills. The hills and hollers that we have are full of trees and you can't sled down them. So usually it was out in the pasture behind the truck. A lot of you guys talked about using a car hood. That's what we used growing up. We had an old car hood that we would pull behind the truck. And it was just always a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's not as many old car hoods laying around. I don't know if people just like
they just
let their car hoods go with the cars or how all those car hoods appeared. But we had a car hood growing up too that we got pulled on. So I think it was just the thing. There was an old car back behind the house or something, and they yanked the hood off and go sledding on it.
Makes a good sled. We're gonna have to get one.
Well, yeah, and it has that little where it hooks to the thing. That's a good handle. You just tie your rope on and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
They might be a little dangerous though because they're all metal compared to the plastic ones.
Well, yeah.
We survive. I mean,
they're heavy though, so they don't like flip and do all that like those little light sleds. I don't remember having amazing crashes on them.
Yeah. No, they're really wide, so you have a lot of surface area. So we had a blast sledding. Also, as I mentioned in the very beginning of the video, we are testing freezer camp right now. And as far as testing goes, let me show you live where we're at.
Live action.
Live action.
What's
Let's
that
see.
called?
What is that?
Was it the alligator crocodile hunter? Is he the one that says live action? I haven't watched that in years.
I have to remember the login now. I guess I closed out the screen. But we have a...
It's not an app?
No, it's not an app. It's...
Website?
Yep, here it is. So it's storeitcold.com is the website for a CoolBot. And it's a kind of... They kind of call it an app, but it's really just a mobile app. So you just go to a website, you log in, and once you're in, you get to see what your freezer is doing. So right now, I can show you guys, we are setting on 36 degrees out in our freezer camp. And it's kind of like a little heartbeat. It goes down, or goes down quickly, and then it slowly goes back up. And then it goes down quickly and slowly goes back up. It goes down to about 34 degrees, slowly goes up to 38, back down to 34, up to 38. As the air conditioner...
Is there stuff in it?
No, there's nothing in it right now.
Oh.
So it's still empty. So that's kind of the thing though. It cools off and kind of like your refrigerator kicking on. Every so often it'll raise lower 4 degrees and go back up. It has been around 36 degrees in there at this point for over 24 hours.
So have you talked about what's coming in it?
Well, I was gonna let Cassie talk about what's coming in it. So I'm the one testing it. So
Well, and that's why I was asking, because you had it on, because I was at basketball when she came.
No.
But the local florist, I feel like I always say that wrong.
No, that's right.
She just started her business not too long ago, and so she doesn't have all the coolers and the room and stuff that she's wanting. And Valentine's Day, you need a whole lot of flowers. So it's actually who me and the kids take care of our farm when she's out of town. And I told her we were making this, and so she was interested in using it. So she dropped by to check it out and see kind of how it was set up. And I'm sure you and her talked about that and how it works and all that. And so Valentine's Day flowers should be coming soon.
Yes, it's going to be full of flowers.
I think I could like sell them on the black market.
No, you can't. But I might just get you some flowers since I have a florist friend now out of the deal. So anyway, that's what it's going to be used for in the short term. Obviously, long term, we're going to be using it for day one of the Okie Homesteading Expo, which those tickets are sold out. But there's still plenty of tickets left for day 3. You can just show up at the gate.
Yeah, day 2 you can still purchase online. There's some of those left. But what I was going to say, some people were worried about flowers and then having the meat. It'll be aired out. If we need to clean it out, we could. But it'll be aired out. Everything will be good. Our meat are not going to taste like roses. But, I mean, if it did, it's better than tasting like skunk.
If it smelled like roses, that wouldn't be a bad thing. But no, the cooler, like, whenever you touch those walls, somebody is asked to, is it a closed cell or an open cell foam? It's closed cell. And so if you know anything about spray foam, you know that closed cell, it hardens up like a rock. So it is super hard, super dense. It isn't letting anything in, and it would be pretty easy to wash down if you needed to. But again, we've said this before, we're not planning to splatter the walls or anything. So we're going to be in good shape. It's good insulation. It doesn't smell like chemicals anymore. That went away after about 2 weeks or 3, and we should be good there. So before we move on though, I know somebody's going to be asking, because you guys always ask about our coffee cups, and this one I have today is pretty special. That is Ranger when he was getting his first haircut. I had to hold him, imagine that. And there's little Ranger, and there's little Ranger's crazy hair. So this was a Ranger dad cup gifted to me by Cassie.
I got it for you for Father's Day, but do you remember what came before that one did? A cup with a random man and his baby.
Yeah.
We kept it for a long time.
we did keep it. What happened to it? We threw it away.
Yeah, I can't remember. We used it for grease or something, and then we threw it away. But I opened it up, and I was like, this is not Gary or Ranger.
There was some random man.
Remember he looked like Aaron, our friend?
On a cup. and his little kid, it was apparently somebody else's Father's Day present that didn't make it.
Yeah.
And then ours came after that a little later.
Yeah, or I can't remember if I had a contact. I can't remember what happened.
Oh.
But remember we also got someone's birth announcement too when I ordered Christmas cards or something?
Yeah. That we got like a whole box of birth announcements whenever. Who are we using like here?
The Shutterfly.
Yeah, this was Shutterfly. Sorry, Shutterfly.
The other one was Shutterfly too.
We're really happy with this cup. It's lasted at least 10 years.
I ordered Christmas cards and they sent me someone's like not a birth announcement but pregnancy announcement. Like they hadn't had the baby yet. And I think their plan was to send those out at Christmas time. And I got like hundreds of them and they had their names on them. I didn't have social media then, or at least didn't have Facebook. My sister found the person on Facebook and messaged them and told them what had happened. So anyway, it's crazy.
Yeah, you never go order you a customized cup because you'll never know who you're going to get. No, that's always a question though. And Cassie's cup is Tracy Rabbit. So she is a artist over in Pryor. If you're coming to the Okie Homesteading Expo, you could swing by and check out her art studio. And she's got all kinds of things in there for sale.
This one's called Firstborn, and it's an Indian woman with her baby.
Yeah. Tracy, though, is a very, very talented Cherokee artist, authentic Cherokee artwork. So if you're interested in that and you're coming to Pryor, you might want to check her out. As far as praying goes, here recently in Oklahoma, we had a tragedy in Broken Arrow, I believe it was, or
Broken Arrow.
was it Broken Arrow? There was actually another one too, but 2 different children were hit. 2 12-year-old children were hit, 2 different places, just a few minutes apart. Both of them were sledding during these most recent snowstorms.
Off of a hill and went into towards a road, but people were driving slow. There was not much traffic, and the ones who did come through were driving super slow because they saw kids sledding. And this boy didn't get stopped, and the truck wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, so the worst scenario and situation, the young man got hit, the truck drove off, and later on he passed away at the hospital. The other child was hit and then drugged for a little ways, but he just came out with a few minor injuries. He's going to be just fine. So prayers for that little child's family as they're mourning the loss of their young child. I know that it's just unimaginable losing a child at that age, especially on something as joyous as snow sledding on a snow day. So you guys, please remember them whenever you do pray. Also, if you have any prayer requests, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I don't really have any other updates. Ava, the little girl we've been praying for, the same person that's updated me previously said that I think that they are declared cancer-free completely now. So I know they always still watch them for a little while longer, but that's a praise. Also, the little boy we've been praying for, Ryder, that had the rare disease, he is still improving on a daily basis. So praise again for that, and thank you guys for those prayers. We really do appreciate you.
We thank you guys so much for watching today. We hope you have a great day. God bless, and we love you guys.